welcome back, you all. We are back at Surviving and Thriving in a Pandemic. I am your host, Pastor Sharice Cross. I'm so excited that you're back here with us today. Listen, I need you all to share. We got some great information today. We have a great organization that's here and a wonderful person who's going to share about this organization. It's called Girl Trek. What started out as a 10-week challenge 10 years ago by two friends, Vanessa Garrison and Morgan Dixon, is now Girl Trek, the largest health movement and nonprofit for Black women and girls in the United States. Girl Trek unapologetically serves the needs and desires of Black women by inspiring and mobilizing Black women everywhere to put themselves first by practicing radical self-care through walking and spending transformative time in nature and outdoors. With each walk, with each challenge, with each 30-minute commitment completed, Girl Trek is creating a movement, a revolution centered on self-love. I love that. With 1 million members and counting, Girl Trek is the most effective public health solution in the country right now. I am so excited to bring to you today Haley Darby. She is the Girl Trek National Field Director, faith-based programming person here today, and I'm excited for her to be on the show. Please help us welcome Haley. Haley, it's so good for you to be here today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Pastor Cross. I am so honored to be representing Girl Trek and to be talking with you. It is just such a blessing. So I can't wait to get into this conversation.
Yes. So listen, you all started with two women, and I love that. Vanessa Garrison and T. Morgan Dixon, two women. And just the thought around Black women. I love the fact that we're talking about Black women, but from two women to 1 million, how do we get there? How did y'all even get there? How did this even start? Come on, give me some
Yeah.
history about this.
Oh, that's such a great question. The story of Girl Trek and the inception of where it started is such a powerful thing. Our co founders, Morgan Dixon and Vanessa Garrison, were two women who met in college, and
Mhm.
they have been best friends, sister friends, probably like a lot of women watching this. We all have our sister friends that we have the real conversations with. And as time went on, they began looking around at their families and seeing that the women in their families were dying at early ages. Vanessa Garrison, who is our co founder from Seattle, Washington, she realized that the average age of the women in her family, they were dying at 65 years old.
Oh,
And that
goodness.
is like 20 years less than our Asian American sisters and our white American sisters. And they were like, we have to do something about that. So not only were the women in their family dying at early ages from largely preventable diseases, they were also just really tired, grinding and just working. And Morgan actually has a powerful testimony about overcoming depression and walking through that. And that is how
Mm.
it got started. They were like, we can do something about this. And they started walking. So that 10-week challenge, they gathered almost 500 of their friends, the women across the nation, and it has been just a powerful movement forward ever since then. So one sister told one sister told one sister told one sister, and it's grown to over 1.5 million women walking across the nation. And we even have sisters across the African diaspora. So on the continent of Africa, in the Virgin Islands, all across the
Oh,
world.
I love that. I love that. And did you know that exercise is a natural form of Prozac? I love the fact that even has as Morgan pushed through with her mental health, she used
Hmm.
exercise in that form. So that's a part of a holistic practice. So beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's something about just getting up in the morning and putting one foot forward and knowing that you don't have to go run a marathon, but you can really engage with your surroundings. You can slow your heart down. You can have mindful meditation moments with the Lord. You can do anything on your walk, and it's truly healing.
I love it. I love it. And that's it. That's it. That radical self care that you all speak about, and it equated to walking, is what I read, and spending transformative time in nature and
Yeah.
outdoors. Talk a little bit about that transformative time outside and in nature.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I know just for me this morning, I live in Houston, Texas, and it's getting a little chilly out here. But every morning I go out for a walk. Now, in the summer months, it's kind of hard because it's just dripping sweat
Oh,
here in
Texas,
Houston.
yes.
Yes, this morning the cool breeze was out. The sunrise was just coming up, and it was beautiful. And as Black women, we have there's an urgency that says we have to get up and go, wake up and start doing something. But when you take the time to go on your walk and hear the birds chirping, you see the
Mm.
leaves falling. I know in other parts of the world or other parts of the country right now, the leaves turn red or yellow. So I've heard in Houston, it just stays green and it falls down to the ground. But there's really powerful moments that can happen when you are in nature. For me, my thing and mine and my family's thing is hiking. We love to go hiking in the hills of Mississippi or just at our neighborhood park here in Houston, and being covered by the tree canopy, being away from the highways. It is truly healing. And like I said, you get to really slow down, take a moment for yourself. I go on walks with my mom. Um, I get to have real conversations with her, ask her the hard questions, and get to just be in joy and enjoy the outside that God has given us. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know what? And when you mention what God has given us, I'm thinking about how the Bible talks about consider the birds.
Mm.
Consider. So that's just taking a moment just to consider, because
Ooh,
oftentimes we're in such a rush, we don't even get time to even listen to the birds. So I love
yeah.
that fact that you just mentioned that. Just like, yes, I get time to not only connect with my family, but also with God. And that's beautiful. You and your mom taking walks, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it slows the whole family down. And for me
Mm,
personally, before I started working with Girl Trek, I actually was just a volunteer. My mom
hmm
was approached just on a walk out walking when she was at a very low point in
mm,
her life, and a girl in a blue shirt just like this came up to her and said, have you heard of Girl Trek? And she started
wow.
walking for her health, and it transformed our entire family. I have a twin sister, she walks. I have a 17-year-old sister, she walks. And we all do it to like not only connect with our family, but to like
Mhm.
have a deeper connection with the world around us, to see our neighbors, to slow down enough to see what is going on in our neighborhood. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I love that. I love that. And I'm thinking about a quote from Audre Lorde, and I believe you guys have talked about it. Caring for myself is not self indulgence, it is self preservation. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is truly self-preservation. Like, I think just as women, from a biblical perspective, we try and carry the weight of the world, which was not ours to carry. Jesus already carried that. And so when you think
Yes.
about putting yourself first, 30 minutes a day, we should be starting our days with the Lord or whatever God you serve. We should be starting our days with Him, and it just putting that self-care first, it is truly a revolutionary act.
Looking at those areas of how you became who you became, and then looking at what were all the influxes that interfered with all of the stuff. We don't like to do that. That's too much work, Selena. Sometimes you have to take it in small pieces, in small fragments. You can't just run through it and say, okay, let's merrily do this work. It'll be fun. No, it's not fun work. It's painful. But we have to do it to get through it.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. You ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
One thing that's come up in the midst of this pandemic is that people have been getting retrained, going into different careers, really making a pivot in the midst of a pandemic.
The advice I would offer to any young person that has started on a path, they're pulled or they see some interest somewhere else, I would tell them, do not turn your back on that. I started off as a receptionist, $7.50 an hour. And I don't make $7.50 an hour now.
Haley, I always love talking to you anyway, but I love the way you connect our faith. It's not separate, it's included. So our fitness and even how we connect, that's what I love about your organization too. It says, while we walk, this is not a fitness organization, right? This is a campaign for healing. Oh my goodness. I
Yes.
said, come on. It's not recreation. This is a lifestyle. We walk to heal our
Yes.
bodies, inspire our families, and to reclaim the streets of our neighborhoods. So I love that. I love hearing that. And I love that you say we believe in the discipline and power of walking to transform our lives, enliven our communities, and restore our humanity. And to connect with God is one way of doing that. And then to do it
hmm
outside. So we don't just
Yes.
have to
Yes.
walk inside. We can be outside and be connected. And I love that. I love when you talk about that though. The fact that this is not just about me trying to get fit. No, this is about this campaign for healing. Talk about that. That this is a
Yeah.
campaign for healing.
So a campaign for complete Black girl healing. If you're 86 years old, you still have time for healing. If you're 4 years old and you just don't even know what the world entails just yet, you still have time for healing. And there's something
Wow.
so beautiful about it not being a fitness organization. It releases the pressure of being like, I
Mm,
have to I have to meet this goal. I have to
yes.
be a certain size. When you change
Yes.
that perspective of empowerment rather than having to compare to a certain stage, you
Yeah.
feel relieved. The
Mm,
pressure that you once had to be a certain something is no longer there because you're working on the healing that is within, and then everything else just follows. Everything else just follows. And it's remarkable that when you start taking that 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, that people have gone off of high blood pressure medicine, their diabetes has gone down. Um,
yeah.
just all these preventable diseases have been either drastically lowered or just completely wiped out. And even for people's mental health, going
Yeah.
on a walk has
Yes.
saved women's lives. I was just reading
Yes.
about a trekker that we have in Philadelphia who has a powerful story about how she overcame depression. And in the Girl Trek Women in Philadelphia, I believe, she was on a very, very dark day. And she just called her Girl Trek sisters and said, hello, can you come on a walk with me? I feel like giving. And the power that that walk holds, the power that the sisterhood holds within Girl Trek is truly life saving. That's why we say this is more than just fitness. This is a
Right.
sisterhood. This is a movement. This is changing the lives of generations, from your mom to your grandma to your cousin to your auntie to your sister to the lady working the grocery store at the register. This is a movement for healing for all of us, and everyone is welcomed into that, because we all deserve healing. We all have been under the pressure of 400 years of what the impact of slavery has been. And even before that, there's things that we have been carrying for generations and generations that we get to be the chain breakers. And can you believe that the Lord has given us a way to break chains through walking? Like, wow, that is amazing. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Listen, Jesus walked, didn't he? Was it Jesus walking?
Yes,
Come on.
yes. He walked and had people walking to see him. And like just the power behind walking. And one uh, powerful woman in our movement is Harriet Tubman, and she
Mm,
walked for the saving of many lives. And
my
we know
goodness.
that if Harriet could talk, if Harriet could walk to free
Yes.
herself and then go back and grab and invite those other people to freedom, we can do that within our churches. We can do that within our schools. We can do that within our communities. And it starts with ourselves first. So, Pastor Cross, it starts with the 30-minute walk in the morning. It starts
Yes.
with saying, hey, who at House of Hope wants to come on a walk with me on Saturday mornings? It starts just like that. And we know that if Harriet Tubman can free hundreds of people, then we can answer that call and go for a walk for the saving of so many Black women and girls within our families and within our neighborhoods.
I love it. I love it. I love that you also have a Black History boot camp. It's a Black History boot camp, right?
Yeah,
And so when
yeah.
you mentioned Harriet Tubman, I thought about that, the Black History boot camp, because Girl Trek does so many things, you all. It does so many things, but I love that you inspire and educate about our history
Mm.
so that we know about us and our history, where we've come from and where we're going. So talk a little bit about that as well.
Yes, so Black History Boot Camp was actually a child of the pandemic. There were so many
Mm.
brilliant things that came out of this pandemic. You kind of have to look at the consider it all joy. But last year,
Mhm.
uh, Girl Trek was trying to figure out how do we reach women across the world. We had a mission in 2020 to get 1 million Black women walking, but we were all inside and we couldn't connect. So they were like,
Mhm.
or they, Morgan and Vanessa, our co-founders, were like, how
Mhm.
do we reach the Black women when we're isolated? So we started Black History Boot Camp, and it is a 21-day walking meditation where it's a podcast where you can listen in, put your earbuds in, and go for a walk. And they have Black History series where it's either like a prayer trek or the women of the movement. We have Mahalia Jackson is one of my favorite podcast episodes where they talk about the life of Mahalia Jackson and how she just was a pioneer and a beautiful Black woman who changed music forever. And they have a podcast episode with Richard Allen, who started the AME Church. And there's just so many things that we can learn while we're walking. So not only is Girl Trek inspiring Black women to get out and walk and take care of themselves, but we're also teaching. There has been stories about our history that I have never known until I started listening to Black History Boot Camp. And it's a powerful way to connect 1 million Black women across the world walking together. And we are all learning the history, whether for the 50th time or the first time. And it's just beautiful to really walk and talk and learn with Morgan and Vanessa on Black History Boot Camp.
Today, we're going to be making some southern fried okra. I know you guys probably saying, ooh, I don't like okra, it's too slimy or whatever. But I'm going to tell you, the way we're going to deep fry this thing, you're not going to taste any slime. Let's go.
Rich ideas have come out of the pandemic, and I love that you mentioned that you learned things that you didn't even know from your history. I also love the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you're in Texas, and then you have the organizers in Seattle, or yeah, in Seattle,
Yeah,
right?
we have organizers all across the 50 states of America. There's a Black
Mhm.
woman that you probably know who has heard of Girl Trek, has walked with Girl Trek, and we are about 9% of the total population of Black women in America, and our goal is to reach every single Black woman and um, have her heal, have her walk towards her healthiest, most fulfilled life. And we have neighborhoods across the country, whether in Atlanta, in Houston, in Philadelphia, where you can join a Girl Trek chapter in your city, wherever you are. Just go to girltrek.org and you can connect with your city and you can find a sister today who wants to walk with you. Yeah.
So, and I heard that Atlanta has one of the largest groups. I heard that we're really representing out here. Is that true?
You all represent in a way that is remarkable, and almost I'm like, Houston needs to get their game up. Houston's
Come on,
very close
Houston.
behind.
Come on, Houston. Yes. Uh
We need
huh.
to have like a city
Hmm.
challenge here. But yeah,
Yes.
Atlanta is home of so many brilliant Black women who are walking together, whether in Stone Mountain or in Decatur. We have
Hmm.
women who like just have inspired their churches to start walking. So
Hmm.
Atlanta, I am so proud of y'all and so thankful that y'all actually have a really, really great blueprint and model on how the movement works, on how Girl Trek can inspire one woman and then a forest fire happens after that.
And I love that even wherever you are, you can walk. So the traditional model was we got to all go down to the church. No, I can walk in my neighborhood and connect with my sisters in my neighborhood, and we can build
Mhm.
community there. We have our larger community at the church, but we also fellowship outside. And we can do that through walking in all of our counties because you know Atlanta's big and so is the greater Atlanta. So I love that model that Girl Trek has used that you can touch women in any county that you are
Mhm.
that you live. So it doesn't have to be one place. And I love the fact that it's not competitive. It's not about being
And
competitive, and that's so beautiful.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's truly beautiful because there's no barriers. There's no barriers. There's nothing that separates you from walking with your sister. Girl Trek is a walk outside of your front door and go for a walk type of movement. It's grassroots. It is walking with the people who you are in community with. So you don't have to drive an hour. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to go far. Just walk out of your front door. And if there is no one walking in your area, we say that if you start with yourself, you start with those 30 minutes, then
Mm.
you bring someone along. And now, in the time of virtual engagement, call someone and go for a walk with them. I talked to people. I talked to a girl in Atlanta the other day, and I walked with her. I talk to organizers all the time, and walking with them is just as powerful. And like you said, Pastor Cross, um, we can connect greater than outside our community, but we can also connect definitely within our own community. It doesn't matter where you are.
I love that. I love it. So I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to us starting, and I know we have some things coming up. We're not gonna tell y'all
Yes,
yet, but it's coming.
not
But
it's
I yet, not yet. But I'm excited because I even see women and notice more women in my neighborhood. I'm in Gwinnett, women of color, and I love
coming.
the point of reclaiming the streets of our neighborhood. Oh my goodness,
Hmm.
that right there speaks to me because sometimes where I live, there may be not a lot of us. We're moving in,
Hmm.
but it wasn't a lot of
Wow.
us. But now I see more people of color, more women of color, Black women especially, walking for their health on the streets. And so I love to see that. But I love that line, reclaiming the streets of our neighborhoods.
That is one of my favorite parts of the Girl Trek mission because there's so many things that needs to be reclaimed.
Mm,
Whether
my goodness.
there's abandoned houses within your neighborhood that have just sat there. Black women have the power and the know-how and the courage and the love to reclaim our neighborhoods. Whether we're one of 10 Black women within our neighborhoods, um, we are stronger together. Like we're just stronger together. But
Yeah.
reclaiming the streets, there's a powerful moment within the Girl Trek TED Talk that we had a couple of years ago where Morgan, our co-founder, asked, what would have happened if there were Girl
Mm,
Trek women walking on every street corner when Trayvon Martin passed away or was murdered, really?
mhm,
What would have
mhm.
happened? So that is the reclaiming we're trying to do. And we can do that with joy. We can do that by sharing truth to power. We can do that by having honest conversations. And the reclaiming is a very important part because these neighborhoods are for us. We can take up space. This earth is God's earth, and we can take up space.
Yeah. Listen, this has been so awesome, so good, and a good segue about reclaiming. I want to talk about the Black Family 5K National Walk that's coming up. I want you to talk to us about that. That is so good segue. Let me talk about that. Talk about that.
Yes. The Black Family 5K is one of my favorite traditions we have started in Girl Trek. It started in 2016 on on Black Friday or the Thanksgiving holiday. And it is where you register your own family to go on a walk during the Thanksgiving weekend. And we are saying no to spending money we don't have on Black Friday. We are saying no to the itis that gets us and knocks us out after Thanksgiving. And we are saying
Lord,
yes to going on a walk with our family on Thanksgiving. And
my
whether
good.
you're 5 people in your household, whether you have 20 people at your Thanksgiving dinner, whether you're not going home for the holidays, Black Family
Mhm.
5K is inviting you, and Girl Trek is inviting you to register your family to walk 3.1 miles in celebration of the Black family. And it is exciting because last year we did not get to do this, but Black Family 5K is completely free. You just register your family, you can buy a t-shirt, and you can walk. It's really about starting a new tradition with your family. We know that black families, um, when it comes to the holidays, we just want to relax and we deserve to relax, but we also
Yes,
deserve to live, right? We deserve to live.
yes.
So what would it look like for your family this Thanksgiving to go on a walk together after you finish eating your Thanksgiving dinner, after you've had that second slice of potato pie, sweet potato
Oh
pie.
my.
Let's just go on a walk. I know I'm stepping on toes now. I'm stepping on toes.
I'm
No, but
trying. Like, ooh, yes, yes. Yeah.
no, but we really do invite Black families to walk with Girl Trek for our Black Family 5K, and it's fun because you get to have like a T-shirt and a race bib, and you get to have like a 3.1 mile walk in your neighborhood, where you live, at your favorite park, at the church, wherever you want. You are the designer of your own race, and from personal experience, my family has done this in past years, starting in 2016. And
Mhm.
even when we don't have Thanksgiving, whether it's Christmas or any family holiday, birthday, we always end up going on a walk. So if you're trying to get your family healthy, and if you want to see your family live and have many more opportunities for love and joy and fellowship, start with walking. Start with walking.
Wow. Well, now it's a tall order, y'all. I believe we're going to start a challenge. We can accept this challenge. We're
Yes.
gonna have our pie. We're gonna have our pie, y'all. We're not taking away the pie. We're not taking away the pie. The chitlins, the roast, the turkey. We're not macaroni and cheese. We're not taking it away. We're just saying after we eat, let's go and walk. Let's go walk.
Yep.
And so,
Yeah.
even if our family isn't here, we can walk with them virtually. All of us can get out and walk,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
and
All of
so
y'all can get out and walk.
come on. And Haley said, "Listen, y'all know how we do Black Friday coming up. Oh my goodness, this I can already feel y'all. I feel the heat already coming. They like, what? We are gonna not overspend this. We're not gonna do it. We're going to reduce our debt because that's what it is. It's consumerism when we're supposed to be thankful. We out here spending all this money, right? So we're trying to reduce that, slow down. I hear it. I hear this to slow down, be mindful, and take time to be communing with our family and walking. Everybody get out. And the itis. Listen, if we get out and walk, y'all, we won't have that itis. That itis. So we can counteract the itis with the walking. But we got to slow down on our
Yeah.
eating too. We talked about that in a couple other shows. So y'all go back and look at those. This has been so good, Haley. Haley, anything else you want to share? Anything else? This has been so
I
wonderful. We're going to get started, y'all, with Girl Trip. There's so many things coming. I'm excited. But
yes.
yes.
I
Oh,
am
do register
so
at
thankful.
blackfamily5k.com. I'm sorry. Register
Mhm.
blackfamily5k.com and we'll put the information up as well. But go ahead, Haley.
Yes, I am so thankful for just being here and getting to commune with you, Pastor Cross. I cannot wait to see how many families that y'all have sign up for Black Family 5K. I am excited to see how many women's lives are changed and their families are changed. Feel free to join Girl Trek at girltrek.org and join the movement. Go for a walk today. Let nothing stop you from having that 30 minutes of just self care, self preservation. You deserve to live. And we are so grateful to have House of Hope join in on the revolution. You guys have made it a model. So we're excited for y'all to be a model. And Girl Trek is just so grateful to be a part of this. And join us for Black Family 5K, everyone.
Well, thank you, Haley. Thank you again, Girl Trek, for extending that offer to us and for considering us at the House of Hope Atlanta. We're so grateful again to have you here on Hope TV on Surviving and Thriving in a Pandemic. I pray and hope people from all around the world, you can join wherever you are. We have women in the whole diaspora that are walking, and that's exciting to hear that women in Africa and all across the diaspora are walking. So you guys, everywhere you are, there are sisters that are walking. Please connect with Girl Trek. Please connect with them. And then come on, let's do it, y'all. We're gonna push back this overconsumption this Thanksgiving. We can make a change. We can make a change. So you'll see the information. But we're thankful that you came today. Share this, y'all. Share it. And we're grateful again for you being on the show. We'll see you guys again. Have a great, great week. Thank you.
Every discipline starts with creating a habit. Find a plan that works for you. I know you can put a reminder in your phone, call so-and-so in 30 days. You can't use the excuse that, oh, I'm an introvert or I'm an extrovert. You know, stuff people like to say. Nah, if you're not outgoing, right, you better get going, because that's the only way networking works.